From double-decker buses to shillings, old country singers, we have a Showboat Kalang. And joining us to talk about that is Rex Dallas. Rex, thank you very much for joining us tonight. And thank you for this song and letting us remember some of the memories that we soon forget about.
My pleasure, Tracy. Thank you very much for this support.
What a beautiful song. Tell us about the song and why you chose to sing this particular song.
Well, I wrote the song because when I was 15-year-old, I was working at Sutton's Music Store in York Street, Sydney, the musical instrument department, and I used to book a ticket on Showboat Kalang of a Wednesday night every month at Left Circular Quay at one Wednesday of the month. And, of course, that's where I've seen most of the country music blokes that were working around Sydney in those days. Jimmy Little, of course, was the first time I'd ever seen him work. He came on, I think he was only about 18 then, and he absolutely just about sunk the boat. He really brought the house down. He did beautiful voice and the music he played. So I decided, because I still have the wonderful memories of those days. And Jimmy, I became good mates with Jimmy Little because he lived at Birchgrove and I lived at Balmain, so we used to jam together. I'd go down to his place and he'd come up to my place, and we did a lot of jamming together, and because of that I thought I'd write about it, because today, of course, there are all the big fancy ships going out, the cruise ships and everything, and I more or less realised, well, all we had in our time was the Showboat Kalang, and and it was a wonderful night on a Wednesday night on the old Showboat. A lot of memories.
Do we know what happened to the Showboat Kalang?
Someone was telling me it ended up at Singapore, but after it done the Showboat thing, it had variety concerts as well. Someone told me it was changed and they called it the Queen Mary. A little bit of a run around Sydney Harbour, and then it was retired, and last I heard, it ended up somewhere over near Singapore.
We're speaking with Rex Dallas, and of course Rex has got a highlight reel that lasts forever, but a lot of the younger generation that will be more famous for being introduced to your granddaughter, Ashley.
Yes, Ashley. Yeah, and, doing very well, Ashley. Very proud of Ash.
And that must be wonderful to see that through generations of what's happened. What does that make you feel when you see her get the accolades that she does, not only as a musician from a mentoring point of view that you've had, but as a grandfather?
Oh, I just get so excited. Every time I hear her sing or watch her work, I get tears in my eyes because I'm so proud of her. She learned a trade when we had the Gully Grub Barn. We used to have our own venue, and she did a trade there. She used to do poetry there, and she'd watch all the acts that I had booked on the shows and learn from them. And she carried on. I give her the fiddle that I used to play, and she learned that. She does well with the fiddle, and now she plays mandolin, guitar, writes her own songs, and I'm just over the moon with what she's doing. She's really fabulous.
Well, there's no life without music in the Dallas family.
Yeah, 3 generations of us now, and a couple of the grandchildren now. Lindsay, especially Ashley's brother, he's had a baby girl, or he's got a daughter now, and
a fourth generation in the music coming. Yes,
the fourth generation's coming around. There's about 3 or 4 great grandchildren now we've got.
Well, folks, do yourself a favour. There's an old saying coming back there, but you do get on. If you've never caught up with Rex's music, have a look at it. There's plenty of available there. Have a look at the biography of a man who's got a great history in country music,
a true legend in the country music industry.
Absolutely, no doubts at all. And see how the name Dallas has made its way through 3 generations here in Australian music. And when you listen to this song and listen right at the end here, you'll hear the richness of this voice. It's still there too, so there's obviously still plenty of practice, Rex.
Yes, I'm very lucky. God looks after me. He's blessed me pretty well, and he's kept my voice going, and I'm still singing and yodeling as well as ever, and well, I hit 80 this year, so I'm very proud of that. I just hope it keeps going a bit longer.
I'm sure it will, folks. This is Rex Dallas, Showboat Kalang.
'Twas the 1950s when singers sang on a concert cruise aboard Showboat Kalang.